Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a while. Week's time has passed. So here we are. I'm back. Had a bit of, personal things going on in life. Not going to get into that kind of information, but I am back. World of Wrestling is back in town, and we're here to stay. So, to kick things off today, I'm going to be doing a series of a couple of videos. Starting off my Q&A video, I had two people question on that. I gave it a week's time. Nobody else was giving me any kind of questions. So I had two people that give me some series of good questions, and I'm going to get right into it. So, first question to start off in this Q&A video. We had a guy by the name of Matt87 Eagle, my friend Matthew. He went ahead and he asked me, do you think that wrestling would improve if we went back to tutorial system like they did it in the past, instead of having companies working separately across the world? Well, to answer your question, Matthew, it's real simple. No. Reason why? Because if you think about it, you go in a tutorial system, you're only staying in one part of the United States. Now, I mean, it can still work here in the United States, but what about the rest of the world of foreign countries? You go ahead and you do that, you're going to travel out to foreign countries. Again, then you're turning into WWE and TNA and so forth. So technically, if you think about it, you'd still be a promotional company if you were even in tutorial systems. The reason why tutorial systems worked back then is because technology wasn't that big. They didn't have a lot of technology to use, and there wasn't a lot of money involved in professional wrestling as it is now. So in reality, if we were back in the 60s and 70s, yeah, tutorial systems would have worked. But right now, no. Tutorial systems is a dead dinosaur that doesn't work anymore. It can't work, and it won't. And it's simplistically because of the fact that you're traveling around. If you were to go to foreign countries as a tutorial system, you'd be looked at as just another promotion. So you'd have multiple promotions traveling to other countries that only work in specific areas of the United States, going to other countries as well to perform and give them a show and an event to watch and enjoy. So no, I don't think that the tutorial system would work anymore these days, simply because of the fact of we have so much technology now, and because of the fact there's so much money in professional wrestling outside of the companies that are beneath WWE. Now, TNA and ROH, they travel around the United States at least. TNA, they go to, the UK, they go to Japan from time to time, like Bound for Glory, even though it was a horrible piece of shit show that made absolutely no sense and had no build-up whatsoever. But they travel around. ROH, unfortunately, they don't travel to... I'm not quite sure if they travel outside North America, but I know they do stay in Canada and the United States. But outside of the continental of North America, no, they don't go much anywhere but here in the United States and Canada. So, again, tutorial systems would not work in this day and age. Now, getting into the two big questions by Artie. Arta Music, it's spelled ARTAMUC. Great guy. He gave me a shout out. I gave a shout out to him about our channels. If you haven't checked out his channel, again, I'll spell it out to you. It's ARTAMUC. Great stuff. He puts on some good information about his viewpoints and opinions about what's going on in professional wrestling, as well as some other things. He talks about alcoholic beverages, and things of that sort. So definitely some interesting stuff this guy has on his channel, and I really enjoy it. His partner's pretty cool too. So his first question in his questioning to me was, "What is your favorite WrestleMania and why?" Well, it's real simplistic. WrestleMania 17. It had everything. It was an old school pay per view from back in 2001, very old. Uh, it was fun. It was enjoyable. There were so many great matches. You had Vince McMahon versus his son. You had Stone Cold Steve Austin, and The Rock tearing it up with each other. They both of them bleeding, and then Austin turning into a heel and joining with Vince McMahon, something that was never thought of that would happen, did. Triple H got the biggest ass beating of a lifetime against The Undertaker. Uh, and then, many years later, they went ahead and went forth and did the same thing. Like 10 years later, they had Undertaker get his ass whooped by Triple H at WrestleMania 27. So there was just so many great moments, and the most memorable one of them all was the TLC match. How could you forget that? That was an outstanding matchup. It had everything you could ask for in it, and it pretty much stole the show. It might as well could have been the main event outside of Rock and Stone Cold Steve Austin's WWE Championship match. So, in reality, I can't deny it. There's been so many great WrestleManias, but this one just seemed to have, to me, in my personal opinion, everything you could ask for and more. The other question that Artie went ahead and asked me was, what wrestler from the 1980s to now do you think has been most responsible for helping wrestling achieve its current popularity and mainstream recognition? Basically, the most popular, influential wrestler, superstar since 1980s. Well, I'd have to say Stone Cold Steve Austin. Now, many people would say, "Oh, you're nuts. It would be Hulk Hogan. It's a given." But, I mean, truthfully, you look at other things, just besides him making wrestling the most well-known name in professional wrestling. I mean, Hulk Hogan, I won't take anything away from him. He did get professional wrestling recognized, at least for WWE standards. He didn't, from what I've researched on wrestling, he didn't, got a lot of merchandise sales, but Stone Cold outdid him. He really did. He outdid him. He also, Stone Cold Steve Austin, produced not just a sporting event, but an entertainment value as well to viewers. So he really put on something more than just a wrestling event. He gave you an attitude. He gave you charisma. He gave you a great character that is a blue-collar worker that most people could relate to. Hulk Hogan was more the, the big muscular guy like an Arnold Schwarzenegger, a guy that goes ahead and does a lot of muscular things like lifting Andre the Giant, things of that sort. In Austin's case, he didn't do all that kind of stuff. He was just he was a muscular guy, but nothing like Hulk Hogan. He just gave you the blue-collar worker type ethic who just busted his ass to prove that he was the absolute best. And it wasn't just that. Look at the history of Stone Cold Steve Austin, where he started from and where he ended. He had nothing going for him in WCW. Absolutely nothing. He was going up, he went down, he went up, he went down. Nobody was giving him a chance in WCW. He went to ECW, and that was where Stone Cold Steve Austin was starting to find Stone Cold Steve Austin. He had to work from the very bottom all the way to the top in order to do this. And everything he put into the character of Stone Cold Steve Austin was a part of him. It was who he was. It was a part of his personality. He had grit. He had determination. He had will. He had push. He wanted to be the absolute best. And the one thing that I liked about him was his attitude was, if you're not looking to be the WWE champion, then what's your freaking purpose of being in professional wrestling, or being in WWE for that matter? If you're not looking to be the world champion, get the hell out. That was the attitude. That is the way professional wrestling should be. Today, it's not that way. They've watered it down. They made the championship seem less important and have less prestige. Austin put a lot of prestige in that title, as well as Hulk Hogan. And I'm sorry I'm doing a comparison between the two, but I have to, because in majority's decision, majority's opinion, it's Hulk Hogan. But in mine, it's Austin, because he really did something that was never done. He really put wrestling up on the map. And he never left Vince McMahon's company, technically. I mean, he did leave it at one point, but he was always a WWE guy. He stuck with them once he got settled with them, and he never left. He stuck with them through the good and the bad. And in 1996, 97, they were doing horrible. They were getting their asses kicked by WCW, and they weren't doing as good as they should be, or should have been, and they were just getting destroyed by WCW. But eventually, Stone Cold turned that all around. That's another reason why Stone Cold made WWE the way it is today. He is the main focal point to why WWE is great. If it wasn't for Stone Cold Steve Austin, I think, not, factually, no, but I think that if it wasn't for Stone Cold Steve Austin and the storyline he had with Vince McMahon, there would have been no more WWE, and WCW would have ruled. If it wasn't for Austin, Austin carried that company on his back for 2 freaking straight years, from 97 to 99. And then from there, Triple H and The Rock took over, started filling in his shoes, and it was just those three alone that helped professional wrestling become what it is today. But, again, Stone Cold Steve Austin is the main focal point. He is the reason why professional wrestling is where it is. At this point now, I've answered all the questions that was given to me on this video. I do thank you guys very much for taking a look. Hope you enjoyed it. And I will catch you guys on the flip side. And also, do not forget to hit that subscribe button. I will be releasing a new video coming up in a few moments after I upload this one. Thank you guys, and have a great day.